Somebody that loves to learn. And another child grows up to be like somebody that just might love to burn, you know what I'm saying? You see, mama loves to both of these children. Hey, you see, it's in the blood, y'all. I like both kids are so good to mama. You see, blood's thicker than the blood. It's the family of blood. Family of family. Yeah, it's the family of family, y'all. It's the family of family. Oh, we love it. One child grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn. Yeah. And another child grows up to be somebody that just loves to burn.
Afternoon, DMV, USA, all over the world. This is your boy, Mr. Unregulated. You are now tuned into the Stubbs Show live. Countdown. T-minus 5 minutes. And we'll be on live. Gotta welcome Miss Stubbs back to the show today. If you missed last week, go check that out. Foxway, YouTube, Stubbs Show, Unplugged. Don't try to go nowhere. T-minus 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Hey, Stubbs Show live. Stay tuned.
Now you can't leave, 'cause your heart is there. And you can't stay, 'cause you've been somewhere else. You can't cry, 'cause you look down. But you're crying anyway, 'cause you are broken down. It's a family affair. Family
world. I can't say DMV because we everywhere. Where you at, Dana? Where you at? Oh. All right, you guys. Welcome to the Stubbs Show Unplugged, another episode where today we're talking about the state of the black woman. Now, I know y'all looking at me today and saying, look at that queen. That's right. I'm up here representing as a queen today because us black women, ladies, we got to know it. We got to tell one another. We got to feel it. We got to walk in it. We got to look like it. We got to understand that we are queens. And fellas, you are kings. Know that. dress like it, move like it, talk like it. Because the more you do it, the more you're going to shine as that king or that queen. So on today, we're talking about part 1 of the state of the black woman. Dana, when I walk in, he going to talk about something. Well, Mr. Unregulated, that is. Get on up here. You ain't coming to me? Okay, well, we'll see him when he get off this. He's in the background watching you guys. But he said, you know what? You ladies are going to tear me up. We are. We are, because this all started from a black man saying to me that us black women are the reason that the black community is falling apart. Yes, he did. He said that to me. And I was like, to me? You gonna say that to me and not think I'm gonna put it out there? So I put it out there yesterday morning, and people went crazy, men and women. Let me tell you, I think we got over 150 comments just on that one statement. And then later on in that evening, I put up something about, should a black man, the father, forget if black, white, whatever you are, should a father be responsible for providing reliable transportation to the mother of his children, whether he's with her or not? He should. That's my opinion. He should. But we're going to get into it today. We got a great show lined up. We're going to have a good time. You know we are going to keep it real. We got Mr. Unregulated in the building. My girl Natasha is supposed to be coming up in here. We got some call-in guests that's going to talk with us on the phone, from bishops to just your everyday motivational speaker. The women are ready to sound off about this, because guess what? You can't point the finger without pointing it at yourself. And the Bible says that the man is supposed to lead. I'm going to talk about that later, because you know I'm going to get into it. So we're getting ready for another good show. It's Thursday, August the 30th. Remember, you guys, if you would like to become a sponsor of the Stubbs Show Unplugged, all you have to do is email worldoffaith@yahoo.com. If you want to dress your girl, if you want to send in head wraps like this one from So Essential Head Wraps, follow her on Facebook. All you got to do is just shoot us an email. Dial us up. Do whatever you got to do. Remember, the number for today is 240-719-2560. Write it down, 240-719-2560. Represent also my girl Victoria Russell Walton on Facebook. These earrings, she sells jewelry. She can hook you up. My senior girlfriend, Miss Rosa Chandler, she can hook you up with these fabulous pearls and bracelets. And also, I am rocking, let me make sure I don't forget anything. What else did I? My ring is over there from my girl Teresa Black Diamond, and I'll show you that during the show. But we getting ready to go to a break. We coming back, chopping it up. Mr. Unregulated is joining me. He's unregulated as usual, and we just gonna have a good time. I'm on Instagram, Stubbs_the brand. Let's get into it and rock you out for this break real quick.
That's what we're talking about. Y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do all day, because we're gonna maintain what we're doing up here, right? Also, we're doing with the big brother bully, because he come to boogie. Say what now? We love to see you boogie. All right. I say now, when the people see me, they say have no fear. Also, we're gonna do it for the big brothers come from Maryland, up part of Big Apple, and all the rest of that crew, Philly crew. All right. Also, special dedication going out to the big brother Southeast man, because they come to boogie. All right, now, do it, y'all. We love to see you do it, y'all. All right, look at y'all. Talk about the people see me, they say have no fear, cause go, Lorenzo, show nothing. Say the people come around me just to hear what I say, cause I rock them in and out this fit. Say what, or you can dance if you want, y'all, or you can keep in your state of mind. Cause if you don't dance, well, if you don't dance, well, y'all no friend of mine. Save a bullet, go if you want to, and to the places you can never find. Well, if you don't dance, well, you're no friend of mine. Say what now? You're no friend of mine. You don't do what you want to do. All right, y'all keep on warming on up out there, Big Apple. Also the MD crew, because they come to book, yeah? That's what we talking about, man. One more up. Take a little time for Kenny and Lord. I said what, y'all? We're gonna take a little time for Kim and Baptist. All right, do it for the big brother Ned, cause they come to boogie. We're talking about funk and it's time for a little bass on in this place. All right, that's what we talking about. Look here, we're gonna try it again, all right, y'all. Y'all just maintain what you're doing. And look here, when the people see me, they say have no fear, cause go, Lorenzo, so enough here. When the people come around me just to hear what I say, I'll rock them in and I'll just act little fit. Say what? You can dance if you want to. Say what? You can dance if you want to. Say what now? You can dance if you want to. You know French and fine. You can dance if you want to. Tell it on up, y'all. I say what? You can dance if you want to do it. As we talking about, do it for the bebop crew, cause they come to boogie. I'll do it on down for the bebop, cause they come on down. Hey, keep on doing what you're doing, fellas. As we talking about Kenny. Say what now? I always like to see you do it when you do it like that, y'all. Say what now? Look here. You can dance if you want to. Dance if you want to. You can dance if you want to.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Stubbs Show Unplugged, where we talk about everything here. We keep it real, we keep it honest, we have a good time. Sometimes you're going to laugh, you're going to want to cry. Sometimes you're going to say they crazy, but they're good crazy. And sometimes you're going to just be like, you know what? I feel them wholeheartedly, and I need to move into that atmosphere or move out of whatever they're discussing. So on today, we're talking about part one of the state of the black woman, because us black women wear so many hats. Today I happen to be wearing a wrap, you know, but we wear so many hats, we do so many things, and a lot of times we cover things up with makeup, we put on a nice outfit, we use money, friends, and drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it is that we can use to make ourselves feel better, not to address the problems at hand. And then we don't go to one another and talk. And a lot of times we got the support right next door, right in our home, right at our workplace, right in our face. And because we want to dress things up, we want to be fake, like the fake reality shows, we don't open up and talk, and therefore we are stuck in those places. So on today, I invited my special guest co-host, Miss Natasha Yates. Of course, I have Mr. Unregulated here. He told me he's somebody else today. Who are you today? That's the stuff I'm talking about. This is the crap I'm talking about. Who are you today? You know what? I'm not gonna go there with him. We just give him the praise hands, okay? Since he can't hear. Here you go. But Malcolm X is in the building, maybe. Are you Malcolm today?
I'm serious today. This is a serious matter that's going on here today, that we're talking about power.
To the people. Oh, and we're talking about power.
Yes.
That's right. He's going to get into that because I don't watch it.
What will ghosts do?
Okay. We're going to get into that in a minute. Hold on. Let's also say hello to Miss Natasha Yates of Divas in Sisterhood. Hello. You guys seen her on the show before, but she's going to represent as the other side of being unregulated for the female version, but just keeping it real. How about that? So she's going to be regulated, but she's going to be open, honest, and just keeping it real, because we go through a lot, right, sis? You know what I'm saying? We go through it, and she's a mom, she's a grandmom, a business owner, and she's from the community. You know, she keeping it real. So we're going to have a good time today. How y'all feeling, first of all?
I'm rolling my sleeves. I'm tying my shoes up next.
Do I need to take my earrings off?
Maybe.
Okay. Let me know. Take this wrap off and all. I ain't doing that.
Not the wrap.
We ain't going to get into all that today. But how y'all feeling?
I'm good.
You feeling good?
I'm good.
It's so hot.
It is.
Thank you for joining us again. Let me tell you, she also has a wine and a vodka, and we're going to bring her back on and talk about that. And she know I want to call her out, but I'm not. You know I keep it real, sis, but I'm not going to do it. They were on their way here, but because she a businesswoman, that money went ching-ching, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to come back on the show because today I'm going to keep it real. So we ain't going to be tasting her stuff today. We thought we was going to have 5 o'clock early happy hour, right?
Oh, that would have been a little bit too much.
Oh, okay. And so you going to have that ain't bring me none? You know we celebrate early. But you know what? We ain't gonna do that. We're for the community today, and the liquor stores open up too early, so that's a whole nother factor. But how you feeling on a serious note? How you feeling today?
Well,
with your movie glasses on, I'm gonna hurt you.
I like the fact that you speak French now.
Okay, oui.
You know, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm ready to dive into the show. I mean, you know, I like to welcome you back because last week we had to do it without you.
Acted a
And we
fool.
miss you. You know what? You need to call your cousin.
People actually called me about that show, and we got good comments that you guys enjoy what was going on. But that's what happens when you're not at the show. When I'm not there, they do whatever they want to do. My cousin from the South showed up, Bama Cackalack and Knacking, and he was acting a fool with his wig on.
I had to throw that guy out. I came in and I was like, what's Shadon at? What's Stubbs at? And they was like,
He
you
was
doing
saying
it by
my real
yourself?
name.
So I see this dude up here on the stage. And I'm like, who are you? He like, I'm Shadon, the cousin.
I'm
I
surprised he
said,
didn't have a
well,
pig with him.
You know, and I said, oh, you the guy that called, right? And he said, yeah. He said he came all the way up here, Shadon, to see you and to see some guy named Dennis because he wanted a contract.
Okay.
I said, look, cuz I understand that, but I got a show to do, and I had to, you know, kindly.
Escort him up out of
yeah,
here?
I had to escort him about it.
Dang, I'm glad there wasn't no confrontation because.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to call PG on his ass. I'm sorry. My
Dang.
bad.
See what happens when you ain't in the building? That's why you gotta stay in the building. But I'm telling you, it was a good show. You guys enjoyed it. You had a great time. Things went well. People enjoyed it. You's a fool. You know you a fool. But let's get into power real quick. Because when we get into this conversation, I got people calling in. Let's get into power. We're gonna do those birthday shout outs today too. If it's your birthday, make some noise. If it's your birthday, make some noise. Let me say that for that segment because we're going to get it in. All I want for my birthday is some big boop. Okay. But go ahead. Talk about power. I don't watch it. You watch it?
I'll watch it.
Okay. So let's get into it real quick. We got about a
me
good
up.
4 minutes.
Catch me up.
There's
Okay.
been a lot of discussion about power. What will happen next? Ghost. Ghost. Will he kill Tommy's father because Tommy's father has something on him that happened in prison? The biggest issue or the biggest rumor that's out there is Kanan Tariq's real father? Tasha's hate for Kanan seems to go so deep and so far back that maybe there was a love affair or a sexual encounter somewhere back in the day which produced Tariq. So that may be the spinoff for next season, that Kanan may be Tariq's blood father. Also, you have to wonder, is Kanan really dead? The body that I saw in the morgue, it kind of looked like Kanan, but it didn't look like Kanan.
Exactly.
So I mean, you got to kind of keep your eyes open to see what the spin on the series is going to be. I don't think Kanan's dead. I think Tariq may be Kanan's son, and I think Angela Valdez will become a murderer. Angela's going to kill somebody. Everybody else has killed somebody. Angela's going to kill somebody too.
What do you think?
So we got to stay tuned for that.
You think there's going to be some killing going on?
I do. I think because of the twins were fraternal twins, that because her hate for him is too much. Like she hiding something. If he not the dad, then they had to have some type of sexual encounter or something.
Oh,
The
previously.
secret, the secret. That's her fear that it's
Stubbs, you're going to have to get into it.
And that may be one of the reasons why.
I'm going to have to get into it. Just to let you guys know, we have someone in the audience today. He's mic'd up, so he's going to be joining us as well. Say hello. You on the screen, Kenny?
Hey, what's up?
That's
How y'all
right,
doing?
King Butler
What's
on
going
Facebook.
That's me.
Also, you guys, if you would like to come into the studio and join us in the audience, you definitely can. Just hit us up. If you want to join the discussion, once again, 240-719-2560. I don't get into it because it just seemed like it's too much and I'm going to have to binge watch it and I'm going to be stuck on it. And I'm probably too late. What, it's like 5 years old now? 3?
I think this is the fifth. It's like the 5th season, I think.
It's worth it though.
It's very worth it.
binge
Yeah.
watch.
I mean, it's exciting.
So I need to do it. You know what wintertime is coming up.
Oh yeah.
Is it on Netflix or something?
On demand.
Okay,
But
so
you
then.
might have to pay for it. You have to pay for
No,
it.
you don't have to
not
pay.
on
You don't have to
demand,
pay
no.
for it on demand.
Okay, so maybe I can just go and.
Can I just warn you, though?
What? What's that?
Once you start watching it, you're going to be, like, literally stuck. Like, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be like,
Is it on cable?
it is. It's on Xfinity.
So I gotta find where I can watch the old episodes.
Hit your
somewhere else.
on-demand box and go to the bottom.
That joint like 7
And just
seconds.
read.
Okay, cause I ain't got cable. That's extra money.
So
I'm gonna come to somebody else's house and binge watch it.
there is a lot. There is a lot going on in the show. I mean, what's going to happen to Dre? For whatever reason, Dre is still sticking around. Then you got this the governor. What's his role and his purpose in the next season? So there are just a lot of questions that have to be answered.
That's what I'm saying. So we're going to talk about this again on next Thursday. Call in, say what you got to say, 240-719-2560. We're getting ready to take a quick break. When we come back, we're getting into the topic and the discussion of are black women to blame for the black community falling apart? We're going to chop that up. And another question that was put out there, if we get time for it, is going to be, should the father have to supply reliable transportation for the mother of his children, whether they're together or not? You guys chopped it up. Y'all went in on Facebook. So we're going to go in about that when we come back from our break. We got some callers calling in. I hope you guys call into 240-719-2560. It's the Stubbs Show Unplugged. We'll be right back.
Out of sight. Everything is uptight. Sugar Bear, how do you spell relief? Ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la la la. Ooh la la la, 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 ooh la la la. Talking about this hungry situation. All kinds of inflation and no motivation. No hesitation.
Touching back on this and that. Next you're gonna wonder just where you're at.
No matter what they cut back.
We're gonna say ooh la 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 to that.
Just keep on getting down. Keep on getting down to that funky, funky, funky sound. Ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la la la. Ooh la la la, 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 ooh la la la. So now you know just what we mean when it's ooh la la. That's what we scream. Don't mean to be mean.
I guess now you can see. Just trying to take the pressure off you and me.
So no matter what they cut back.
We're gonna say ooh la 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 to that.
Just keep on getting down to that funky, funky, funky sound.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the Stubbs Show Unplugged. We are live. Everything that's going on here is live, you guys. So I'm getting ready to type in the number for you guys to call in here that are watching it live, because I know you want to join in. We have a caller getting ready to call in as well to answer a few questions. So the topic is, are black women the reason that the black community is falling apart? And first of all, we don't have enough support. So some of the women that are going to call in today, I'm going to be discussing with them certain questions about black women and the things that we go through, because we don't have enough support in this community from our black men, from one another. You know, I was watching a lot of videos over across the country and everywhere, and it's showing how men openly beat the mess out of women, and other women sit and watch it. Men watch it, and this thing is allowed. They don't go to prison. Nothing is done, because black women, actually, I think it was Malcolm X who said it, that black women are looked at as the, I can't remember the full statement, but we are treated the worst out of any human being in the country, even worse than animals sometimes. It gotta stop. We gotta speak up. So the question at hand was, are black women the reason that the black community is falling apart? And Randy Moss is on Facebook commenting and saying, because he was saying how things happen. He said, but first you gotta distract the male, break them down, gay them up, kill them, lock them up, make it law to not be a man. Then you have to isolate the women, and break down her breed. We are the descendants of the men and women who didn't fight to the death. We are the descendants of the men and women who accepted Jesus as their Lord and Savior, even though God commanded us not to worship anything but him. But everybody's to blame. That's one of them. I'm going to something else because that one kind of confused me a little bit. But you guys can comment while I'm looking. They say that the guy is looking for a way out and to tell him to look at himself in the mirror because there's the culprit. I think that men and women are to blame for this. I think that we got to start discussing things. What do you feel about it?
Well, let me first say this, that some of you all may not like my response, and until you all are able to accept truth, then we're probably going to disagree. I don't think that the women are solely responsible for our downfalls within our community. However, they play a big part, you know. And I made a comment on that same subject yesterday, and I said, look, my grandmother and my great-grandmother, the only thing she wanted was a big church hat, you know, to go to church in. She didn't want an MCM book, pocketbook. She didn't want Gucci shoes. You know, so I'm going to say one word, and I'm going to let you all figure it out throughout the show. It's one word. You break it down into 2 words. It's pita bread. Until we don't want any more pita bread, the women, things are not going to change. You know, women make terrible choices. Not all women. There's a percentage of women that have their things going, that have things going on and make good choices. But a lot of our women make bad choices. Bottom line. Men, we do the same as well, but the subject is not how the men or the black brothers play a part. It's women. So I'm gonna stay focused on what the topic is, and I'm gonna stay on the women's side of it. So with the choices that women make that are horrible, and then with the trends, the mainstream trends that we follow, terrible.
But are we making these choices because the Bible says that the man is to lead and we don't have men to lead? Because Stanley Ray Johnson said that he doesn't believe in that. He says the black man is failing in the community and blaming it on the woman because they are looking for excuses for not being responsible, like not taking care of their children or children financial responsibilities. Number 2, he said, or they get mad when the mother of his child or children has friends with benefits and to help keep a roof, clothes on her children back and food on the table. So now she's the bitch whore, and that's what he said, the bitch whore and all other kinds of names because she's making sure his children are okay. He said, I will always push this reason number 1 on the list because if us, the black man, would take care of their children financial responsibilities, they would see 80% plus difference with the mother of their children. And then he said, first of all, they would not be stressed out about the things that they have to do, as mentioned. And we, the black man, showed as much attention to our ladies as they showed to their boys and homies. Our sisters would be happy and okay. So he ended it with, we are black kids in men's bodies. And I would agree. I would agree to say that if the women didn't have to do so much to take on the man's responsibilities, we wouldn't be so jacked up.
Well, again,
look about what we got to do after we get on Metro or go to work all day. And you done put those 3 or 4 kids on us. You went off with Kim making a whole nother family. Kim don't like us. So Kim don't want you to do nothing to help us. Don't want us to benefit off nothing good that you get. Y'all riding around good. Kim ready to fight us. So you can't call and do nothing because it's conflict with that. But you want to keep hitting Kim and getting all they reaps the benefits with Kim. And we left over here to struggle with those babies. We can't do, you have other races that's doing cookouts together. They having the children birthday parties together. They getting along. You got John paying for her car note, helping her with her rent every month because she's struggling because she got 4 kids. But not give me a black name.
I don't know.
Not Day-Day. Not Pookie.
But
Pookie just want to just hit it and split it, and he might be hitting both and still ain't paying no money. Go ahead.
Why can't both sexes be acceptable on it? Why? It's a mutual thing. So if a guy's trying to holler at a girl, boom, he know what he got in his mind. If it's gonna be a hit it and quit it, or if it's gonna be a forever thing. The female knows in her mind she wants the peace, or it's gonna be I want this to be my man. So it's a 50-50 thing. I would never put it on a woman hard, saying that it's a woman's fault, because it takes two to tango.
It's like, to be honest, I listen to y'all, and us as women, we love hard, we love different. So while you want to just hit it and quit it, in the back of my mind, it's like, I don't want that. Like, I think we can have a relationship, or I think we can build something together. So you can't think that a woman, I'm not saying that. I'm going to say all women don't think that, because I know some women are just, they with that. They with the hit and they quit it. But us as women, like grounded, we don't think that way. We love different.
Okay.
So we gonna put our all into it while you putting your 10% in. We gonna put the whole 100 in, because we think we can change you in our mind. For some reason, we think we can change you, or we think we can have a baby and everything will be together. And as far as like the women messing the community up, that's not true.
Yeah, I
the
don't
word
think
of
so.
God say the man is the head of the household. The man's supposed to lead, we supposed to follow. When my husband just spoke about that yesterday, and what happened was when all that fell apart, you could think about your grandfathers, your great grandfathers. You see them come home from work. That's what they do. The wife is home, grandma home cooking, making sure her kids together, you together, you know, everybody in the household together as a family, as a unit. But then times change. So yeah, you need two incomes in the household now. So everybody playing the man role or the woman role. I mean, I be mad when I gotta go get my truck service. Like, why you ain't going to do it? You the man, because that's what I saw all the time.
Right.
So how you know, things reverse and change, but it is our responsibility to make sure our daughters as well as our sons be strong, as well as our husband. Or daughters or baby's father need to, you know, mate or whoever need to make sure the same thing. The circle all around. Everybody need to be involved in
I
raising
agree.
this household.
And that's a good thing that you say that, because so many people won't admit up to that, to say that as women, we are to help me, and we should be playing our part, because a man is so much stronger. Like, we see some men and they're falling apart. You say, well, when he was with her, he was good.
Right.
Or when he was doing this with that family, or he was with his family, he was good. That's because we have to play our part as women to help build these men, because we are their helpmeets. We are their extra
backbones.
person, their backbones. You know, we come from their ribs, as the Bible say, which makes me go to Michelle Mimi Evans' comment. She said, I would ask, who is the leader? If black men do not uphold black women to high regard, protect them, raise their children they have with these black women, and assume their position in the black family, how could they possibly blame the black women for the failure in our communities? Now, I would say that some of us sisters need to start respecting ourselves, act like the queens that we are. Now that's a good statement. You know, and that goes to what you were saying about, you know, although we got to act like who we are, basically. Know who we are and know our part. I think you were saying something to that perspective. And also another person saying something on here about knowing about a partnership and not just hitting it and quitting it.
Well,
We know, ladies, you know, go with your intuition.
Right.
If it seems like he using you for the booty,
Run.
get on up out of there, because, you know, you're going to be hurt in the end. Your emotions going to be jacked up. And that's how the community got messed up. When these men came on up in here and put us women at each other, and we want to fight one another, and we got jacked up. I had some guests that's calling in. I don't know if the phone not working, because I know she... Okay, remember, I can't get on my phone. 240-719-2560. Go ahead, what you was going to say, and unlock this phone and get it.
well, I know we got some callers waiting on the line, and we'll get to you as soon as we possibly can. But I want to back up from a comment that you read, where I think the gentleman said that the men that we don't do this and we don't do that. Use me as an example. I've raised my son since day one. It's me and my son. You know, I do everything for him that I possibly can. His mother helps out, yes, but I'm the primary care person for my son. I have two close friends, Chad and Andre. Chad is a single parent. He does everything for his son. Andre is a family man, does everything for his son. So there are men out here who are taking care of their responsibilities.
Right.
There are. So there's when you both sides you have to look at it. There's a percentage. So it's not all men or it's not all women. So I mean we both sides play a role in not getting the job done as parents or as bringing the community down.
Right.
Eric, go ahead. Go ahead.
The other thing that bothers me about this whole issue is this. I'm a man, so I'm gonna give it to you how I see it and how I've done it. If I see you and you're pleasing to my eyes and you got a little shake and a little jiggle with you, I'm looking.
Okay.
You know, if you give it to me, I'm taking it.
Mm-hmm.
What is my thinking? Is my thinking that I want to be with her? No, because I don't know you yet.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of woman am I looking for? I'm looking for a woman with a career, a woman who has her own, a woman that I can build with. You know, so if I don't know you, I mean, you can't expect me to stay with you.
So
I
you
mean,
just want to get it.
It's the choices that the women make. I mean, there's a guy in your office that's nice to you every day, buys you lunch. You got a flat tire, he comes. Really nice. But you don't look at him because he's too skinny. Or you don't look at him because he's too fat.
Or he's not thuggish enough.
Or he's not thuggish enough.
Thugs.
Right.
But you go down the hallway to the offices down the hallway, and you spend a lot of your time down there flirting with this other guy who has absolutely nothing going on. He just got a job, and as soon as he leaves the job, he's going home drinking,
Or to
drugging,
his woman.
hanging out with his friends, or he's constantly on his phone because he got 5 or 6 girls. You know, he lining up for the weekend. So it's the choices that we make.
And then you trying to be the woman that's going to change him or think you're going to win him over.
You cannot expect a man to want to take you seriously unless you put him through certain tests. You know,
That's good.
and then you were talking about a lady, a family, and the lady has friends with benefits. Absolutely not. Get your ass out. Get out of my house. There's no way you're gonna have friends and give them benefits.
No, she wasn't saying if she lived with him. She was saying that that he was saying that the baby fathers get mad when they not taking care of their responsibility, but the baby mother has a friend, a male friend that is, and he like, oh, you a hoe, or you this and that. But this woman, you not doing your job, but this man is, and now you get mad. Hold on, we have a caller on the line. Caller, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes, cut your volume down. Man, who's this caller?
This is Bishop Arnetta.
Hey, Bishop Arnetta. We have Bishop Arnetta Delgado on the phone. Cut your radio, your volume down, because we hear echo. There we go. There we go.
Is that better?
That's a little better. So we have Bishop Delgado on the phone from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I wanted to bring her on because, number one, a lot of people would say a woman can't be a bishop, and I believe that if God called you to a position, you do what God called you to do. And so many times in our community, we don't accept certain things because we saying it shouldn't be, it can't be, and it isn't going to be. So I brought her on today, and I have a question for her that she's going to be answering, because today is also about us women supporting one another and getting out of those religious, stuck, boxed-in mindsets so we can grow into the community. So, Bishop Delgado, how you feeling, first of all? Welcome to the Stubbs Show.
Thank you. I'm feeling wonderful. This is a huge opportunity right now. I have been a bishop for quite a few years. I started out as an evangelist at 16 years old, then I went into pastoring, and then it was my calling to go into being a bishop. I was over several churches when I lived in Seattle, and if anybody has a problem with that, they need to take it up with God, because He's the one that called me.
You better say that, sis. You better take it up. Now, that's a strong woman right there. You hear me? She know what her calling is, her strength is, and she's walking in it. So your question for today is that I wanted to ask, because we're talking about the many things that break down the black community. It's not just the women. It's the issues and the problems. So as a bishop and a female at a church, do you think that women sometimes judge, look down on, or discredit other women who aren't a part of a religion? And if so, how can we begin to fix this in our communities?
You know what? I don't think the breakdown is just in the church. The breakdown between women has started way back in history. This is nothing new. I think it's very sad that women fight amongst each other when a lot of us pretty much go through the same things in life. A lot of us have experienced domestic violence. A lot of us have experienced being sexually assaulted. A lot of us have experienced being sexually exploited. A lot of us have experienced some of these horrible things that we have encountered. And instead of us sympathizing with each other, and it doesn't matter what the race, creed, religion is, we should still support each other, because we have younger women that are coming up. And if we don't learn how to support each other right now, then our younger women will still be dysfunctional, and they still will not support each other. I have always been a great supporter of women in domestic violence, because that's something horrible to go through. I have experienced domestic violence. I have been sexually assaulted. I have been attacked with the attempt of murder. So with being that, if it wasn't for the grace of God, then I would never have been a survivor of that. And I support any woman that is in business, any woman that is doing what is right, any woman that wants to get involved in a business or any type of organization, whether it be nonprofit. We should all be supporters of each other, mainly because there has always been a genocide against black men. I have been a correctional officer in a maximum security prison with all men. Now, it takes a strong woman, but that's where God sent me. And he sent me there for a purpose, so I would have the strength and I would not have the fear of what I was encountering. I have been in front of serial killers, child molesters, rapists, the Crips, the Bloods, the Air Nations, the skinheads, and there was no fear because I had God in my life and I knew he had a purpose for me being there. And me knowing that this country has the largest amount of prisons with our African American men are locked up. So being that said, we have a shortage of black men. So if we have a shortage of black men and the fathers and husbands are being locked up, and a lot of them are being locked up, and they're not guilty of what they've done. It's just that they get in the system, and once they get in there, what happens is they have to save their lives, or they have to fight for their lives. They have to reoffend, and then they get more charges put on them. And they don't realize that as long as they're in there, they're going to get more charges put on them. So that's the way to keep them in prison. And then that makes us as black women have to step up to the podium, and maybe we have to be things that we don't want to be. Maybe we have to wear hats that we really wouldn't have to wear because the man is not there. The man is not there to support the family. You cannot support your family being locked up. You cannot support your family and your children. And then you spend more time than you were even given when you went in there. Then you come out and you can't even get a job because they still want to punish you when you come out of prison for a felony. You can't find a house. You can't find a job. You can't support your family. So it's just an ongoing genocide against black men. And black men should be speaking up more than black women.
I agree.
There is no outrage. And I don't know if it's out of fear because of slavery or what has happened in the past. Well, this is 2018. Slavery is over. There may be some still trying to come for us because these white supremacist groups are really on the rise. And that's all over this country. And as long as they're on the rise, we're going to have to pull together, and we're going to have to join together. There is a false statement saying that we as black people are the minorities. No, we're not. We as black people are the majority. There are more people of color on this planet than there are of any other race. And I don't understand why we don't join together. And the reason why they separate us is so that there is no power, because there's power in numbers. Regardless if you're a Hispanic, regardless if you are Filipino, regardless if you are Mexican, there is still a black culture in each of these races. There are still people of color, and it's sad. I mean, it's really sad how we have broken down as a people, how we see our families broken down and torn apart, how we see our children being in the gang violence, and we won't go out and get our children and rescue our children from these gangs. My son was kidnapped by the Crips at 12 years old, and I was the one that went out and got my son off them Crips. I said that you cannot have my son. You will not take something that God gave me. And I went and I faced the Crips by myself. I faced the Crips. So if you have fear, then we will always stay in the same state of mind. We will always be afraid. These black men need to stand up. They need to stand up and take their rightful place. If they want to be treated as kings, then they need to represent and treat us as queens. And we're sick and tired of them being abusive to us. And they need to give us our props, because back in slavery, if it wasn't for Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth, they wouldn't even be free.
Absolutely, absolutely. Bishop Delgado, this is Mr. Unregulated Dana. What people may not know about me is that what you just described, where you worked at inside the prison system, I was there. So the only disagreement I have with you is the spreading of information about we can't do this, we can't do that. I spent 11 years in prison. I started in Lorton. When Lorton closed, I transferred to the USP Atlanta, Edgewood, Coleman. I've been several different places. I've been home now for 11 years. I have a house, had a family, have a job. So these things can be accomplished. It's not.
Yes,
It's up to the individual, one, and then it's the support system that the individual has while he's incarcerated.
Right.
And then once he comes home, because you could be incarcerated, and I saw it every day. Guys just wanted to play basketball and handball and rob and steal and all of that. That stuff goes on. But you know, the ones that have something on their mind or have that support system from the outside and on the inside, you know, they can see differently. You know, I got around, one of the best things that ever happened to me was the closing of Lorton. That was the best thing that ever happened to me, because when I went to Atlanta and I got to see Tony Montana, the real Tony Montana, and I got to see some of these mafia guys and their lifestyles, these guys, I'm from D.C. All I can talk about is my Lexus, you know, and my pictures in the go-go. These guys are talking about yachts, their planes, these diamond rings and fur coats that they bought for special occasions for their wives and family members. So once I saw that, the difference of the conversation and what they talked about, I said to myself, you know what? There's something wrong here. I saw the way that they eat, what they ate, how they sat, you know, and I felt so out of place that I wanted to learn. I wanted to be better. I wanted better for myself. So I started to hang around, to listen, take on some of their traits, and eventually, you know, that stuff rubbed off on me. So when I came home, I knew that I didn't want to go back, you know.
And you know, and I think what she was referring to more so is when they take the man out of the home and put him in prison, then it disrupts the family more. We're going to get more into this. Bishop Delgado, please drop your contact information and what church you're at so people can come and visit you, so we can open the lines back up, because we only got a few more minutes to talk about this discussion, and then you can go back to Facebook to keep it going.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You want me to give that information right now?
Sure.
Okay, I have Prophetess Bridget. She is from the Ivory Coast of Africa, and she is my co-pastor. She is going to introduce our church and introduce our service, and hopefully she'll come back on the line and tell you more about what it is to be a black woman coming from Africa. She's going to just give the name of our church and organization.
Excuse me, can you just make sure that she keeps it really quick, because we only got 60 seconds to get your information out there.
Yeah, go ahead. Just welcome yourself.
Hello, my name is Prophetess Bridget, and I'm from West Africa. And
the name of our church.
The name of our church is the International Ministry of Prayer. It's in Fredericksburg, Virginia, 181 King Highway in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And we have that church going on 5 years, and me and Bishop Anita, we're the one that lead the church. And also in our church, also, you know, I also, you know, play like a gospel music. Those gospel music is to bring more, you know, black children, you know, like a generation to our church. So that's the church we have here, me and Bishop Anera.
That sounds like a great start for a support system for someone who needs it. Can you give out your phone number so that people can contact you? We got the address. Is there a phone number that they can reach you at? And can you make it quickly? We got like 10 seconds before we go off air.
No problem. I will be faster than that. The number is 571-589-7912.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We look forward to speaking to you all much more and possibly having you on the show. We got to take a commercial break. When we come back, we will be getting into the community events, the birthdays, and we'll continue our conversation. We'll be right back.
Great.
Yeah, and go on Facebook, the Stubbs Show, so you can finish live.
Say what now? Y'all look like y'all ready to party now. Y'all ready to go down tonight now? All right now. Good God. Listen here. We're going to start this thing off right. We got buddies in the house tonight. We're going to start this thing off right.
Hey, we back to Stubbs Show Unplugged. Remember, we're looking for sponsors. We're getting ready to redo this whole backdrop. We want your logo on it. Email me, worldoffaith@yahoo.com. We getting ready to head down Fredericksburg, Virginia, do some interviews. We going into people's homes. We taking it beyond Thursday. Get your logo on the backdrop if you want to be part of these great interviews coming up. But before we forget, quick birthday shout-outs in the community because we want to make sure we shout you out. Who birthday? If it's your birthday, make some noise. If it's your birthday, make some noise. Woo, woo, come on. We got to get back into the discussion. I know y'all trying to call in. I haven't seen you.
The moment you all been waiting for, I have a couple of birthday shout-outs. Before I get to the birthday shout-outs,
God, come on.
let me just say that the young lady, the 10-year-old that was caught in the crossfire, Micaiah, there's a gathering that will take place Saturday at on Shadyside Avenue at Unique Looks. So you all bring the kids down there, bring the family down to support Micaiah's family, and stand up for stopping the violence.
That's Suitland, Maryland.
That
What's
is
the time?
Suitland, Maryland. It's from 12 to 3 p.m.
This Saturday?
this Saturday.
Go out and support that.
Also,
I'll be there.
the birthday shouts.
Woo, woo! If it's your birthday, invite me to your party, cookout, and all of that, because I like to eat and have a good time, and I'll come with Dana. We go live. Go!
Waiting on my music. The birthday shouts. All right.
We got
Michael
music
Jackson.
going.
Happy birthday, Michael Jackson.
Uh-oh!
His birthday was actually yesterday, but happy birthday. Much respect.
Woo!
501 Mo Jr., happy birthday. Paul, blow your mind, happy birthday. Drea, happy birthday.
Happy
Lovely
birthday.
Nat,
Woo,
happy
woo.
birthday. Linwood, happy
Linwood.
birthday. Brittany Moody, happy birthday.
Moody.
Raymond Bradshaw, happy birthday.
Raymond.
Tanika, happy birthday.
Pretty Tina.
Pretty Tina, happy birthday. Those are your birthday shout-outs. Make sure you get your shout-outs to me as early as possible. Every week, we will be shouting you
I
out.
got a
Happy
birthday
birthday.
shout out.
Shout them out.
My grandbaby turned 3 tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Oh, I should be 3.
Happy birthday to Michael Jackson. We got a caller on. They want to talk about the topic. We going back and we only got a couple of minutes. Caller, you got to be quick to get it on out there because we will be cutting you off. I ain't got the button, but I'm going to give Mr. Jackson a point and it's going to go off on you. Let's go, caller. Welcome to the Stubbs Show Unplugged. Say your name and get to commenting.
Caller, you there?
Okay, well, that's okay. We're going to keep on going. Shout out to my sister who responded to our topic on today about the thing at hand. And I just lost it this quick because this is not my phone. And what happened, Dana? All right, so the topic at hand is are black women to blame? I think one of the issues in our community is that we don't get along enough. That's the start of the breakdown in our black communities. And with us women not getting along, it's passing down to our young girls. Yes. Somebody said the other day that they heard a little girl on the playground say that she didn't like another little girl, and they asked her why. Why you don't like her? She said, just because. Where's she learning that from? She's learning that from at home.
From home.
You know what? To save our young ladies, to rebuild our communities, I mean, it has to start in the home. That's what we've always said. Yes. But the matter of the fact is the homes are broken. So now we need to put some of this responsibility on the schools and the community programs. If the homes can't do it, then we need a backup plan. The schools need to help out. You know, the community programs need to step up. Funding needs to be pushed into the community
Recreational
programs.
centers and after school.
Well, rec centers are good, but I'm talking about programs that would teach young ladies how to be young ladies, or how to be women. You know, how to cross your legs. You know.
Well, we got Divas in Sisterhood
Our
that's
mentor
working with
program
the.
different. A lot of people reject our mentor program because we just don't mentor the girl or the boy. We mentor the
Both.
family.
And the family.
We have to go in the house because the problem is
that's where
the problem lies is at home.
Yeah.
At home.
And
then,
a lot of
I mean,
problems
they
generational.
Right, and it's so much like I want to be your friend versus I'm your mom first.
That's another problem.
Yeah.
You're having too much fun with your children. You know, we need the men to pull up their pants and stop letting your pants sag because our boys are doing it. Show your daughter that you opening up the door for your girlfriend.
Yes.
What happened to the times where you show your children you kissing and hugging up on your mate? They don't even see black love that much no more. You know, from their family in the household, it's usually the arguments and the things of that side. The fussing and the fighting. Like, we got to get to this. You know, I had some other women that was supposed to call in. I seen you guys' comments saying that the line was busy. We want to thank Bishop Delgado for signing in. We have some other people that were supposed to call in, but this is only part one. So, ladies, if you want to come into the studio and you could join us, we're going to get this call, I think, if it stay on really quick. See, that's what I'm talking about. Carter, you're done. You're wrong. It's like, no. But we was going to get you really quick. But remember, email us at worldoffaith@yahoo.com. I'm on Instagram, Stubbs_the brand. This conversation can keep going on. You can connect with Divas and Sisterhood. Let them know.
You would connect at Divas and Sisterhood at Gmail or Natasha Yates at divasandsisterhood.org.
They're also on Facebook at Divas and Sisterhood.
Yes.
So make sure you connect with them. Go ahead and drop your information.
My information is simple. Stubbs Show every Thursday, 12 to 1.
You know what?
My cell number is 202-904-1038, and I give my cell number out to all my clients. Men, if you're ever in any situation and you need to talk, if you're in a situation you need to get out of, my line is always open. If I gotta come pick you up because you got that pipe close to your mouth and you just don't want to do it, call me. I'll come get you.
Yes.
And I wanted to read this quick comment from Monique Nelson, which happens to be my sister. She said something that was true because she spoke up about the men, and I said and the women being leaders, but I said, but without the men in lead or backing the women, how can the community become fully whole? So the finger must be pointed both ways. She said, so what about the situations where there is no physical man leading? There are many divorced, widowed, and otherwise single women raising young black boys into respectable young men. I'm not going to even touch on absentee fathers who are around their sons and daughters that are still absent. So we have people in a home who are still absent.
Right.
I just think it's unfair for a person to say that black women are the cause of this problem in the black community when there are so many that are finding solutions. Yes, do some black women contribute to our community problems? Yes. Do some black men contribute to our community problems? Yes. Do outsiders contribute to our problems? Yes. There's enough blame to go around, but there are those working to improve situations as well. So to all those who are working in the community, continue to work in the community. Continue to keep growing and continue to build up the black community because we need you and you matter. We thank you for listening to another episode of the Stubbs Show. This is the State of the Black Woman Part 1. We will be coming on with Part 2 for next month, and we'll be having another panel, and we're going to also be bringing this into your communities for you to come out and talk with us live as an audience about this. I thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful, blessed, beautiful, amazing, great, loving, get some love, have some love, make some love kind of day.
We gonna start them all smooth. If this is your first time seeing Belladonna, y'all know we started all smooth because we got a whole nother set of party. Hey, all the cancers in the building, yeah. Who got a birthday out here tonight? Oh, I just got a bunch of grown folks coming out ready to party. All the grown folk that just here to party, make some noise for me, y'all. Hey, give me a little more love, yeah. Yeah. And a little more highs, yeah. got you, baby. Yeah. Sheena, I see you. I can't believe I believed everything we had would last. So dumb and naive to believe that with me you're a changed man. Silly of me to dream of day having your kiss. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. I can't believe I fell for your sins. I'm smarter than that. So dumb and naive to believe that with me. Hey, silly of me to compete when you cheat with loose women. Took me some time, but now I am strong. Because I realize I got myself.